Let me ask you this. This is my favorite question to ask, and so everyone knows what's coming. What was your worst show ever?
Oh, there's so many to choose from. This is probably the worst show I've ever had. And I don't even necessarily know if it was my fault, but I'm a young comic, and I'm doing. It was in like Claremont, and it was a lamppost pizza, and it was kind of a college hangout because the place was jam packed with young college people drinking beers. So it was, and the MCs set it up so horribly because they would just mess with the crowd and call them names, and they would rile them up and get them to yell stuff back. So it was a badge of honor if you could even do well in this room, because you really had to take it to them. And it was graphic, and it was a dark place to work. So, but as a comic, your ego's like, I can do this. I can win these people over. And they were famous for doing the chant, the na 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 na, hey, goodbye. If they didn't like you, that chant would start. I get up on stage and I'm trying my hardest to get them on my side, and all of a sudden the chant starts slowly, and you that pressure in your body builds up, and you're starting to panic, and you're starting to talk faster because you think, well, if I talk faster, I can get these people. Kid in front walks up and hands me a beer, and he quiets the audience down, puts his hand up, he's like, quiet, quiet, quiet. He hands me a beer, and I'm like, oh, one guy gets me. One guy's going to be cool. The minute I grab the beer, he goes, now get the F off the stage. And the crowd goes nuts. And then they start the chant. And you got to walk through these people to the back of the room while they're just telling you how awful you are. I mean, wow. It hurt for a long time. Let me tell you.
Wow.
It was tough. But
so
the worst ever. Yeah.
That's so
silence is better than that.
Wow. That's brutal. That is brutal. How do you mentally deal with that as a comedian?
You keep moving forward. It's like anything in life. I mean, everybody has a setback.
Mm.
We all get setbacks, but it's what you do during that time. I mean, I wore it for a little while. It hurt, but you just keep moving forward. You just keep writing, you keep performing, and it's like they always say in comedy, you're only as good as your last show. You have a mediocre show and you're not happy with it. I mean, us comics, we walk around with that for a couple of days going, oh, that just wasn't that good. Until your next show, you do really well and you're on top of the world again. You're like, all right, good. I'm back.
Yeah. The redemption set, as I call it.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, the redemption set. It's funny you mentioned you start to speed up because I think that's something a lot of and I catch myself too sometimes going, oh, speed up, and it's like, nope, slow down. And it just totally your brain starts to melt when you're bombing like that. You're just like you're just reaching for anything you can to like grab to like stop the ship from sinking.
And I did that for years. It's a lesson that took me forever to learn, was to slow down. I just kind of grew up in my career just doing a lot of bars. And when you do bars, you're hitting them hard and you're hitting them fast. And then if it didn't go well, you double down on that. Mm-hmm. And it took me a long time to learn it. Sometimes if you do slow down, the audience oddly becomes quiet and they start listening. Because they're like, well, I don't hear this guy anymore. What's going on?
Right. Or if they're too drunk, they just continue to talk over.
Sure, exactly.
Those are the two like extremes.